The new Playbook for earning AI citations across Google AI Overviews, Bing Copilot, and Perplexity Introduction. In the new world of search, tools like Google's AI Overviews, Microsoft's Bing Copilot, and the Perplexity.ai search engine no longer just show links. They answer questions and then cite the sources they used. These AI-driven answers give users quick information with clickable source links. For websites and content creators, the goal is shifting. Instead of only ranking high in the blue link list, you want to be the name or link in those AI answers. To do that, you need a fresh playbook of tactics. In this article, we'll explain how each AI search tool picks and displays citations, what features on your pages make you more likely to be cited, and how to test and measure your success. We'll also cover how to build ethically friendly content that AI tools can use. This is Answer Engine Optimization, AEO, for Google, Bing, and Perplexity. How AI search engines pick and show citations. Google's AI Overviews, Search Generative Experience. Google now often provides an AI overview, a generative AI answer, at the top of search results. These overviews give a concise answer and then list sources with links. Google says it uses a method called Retrieval Augmented Generation, RAG. First, it retrieves up-to-date web pages related to the query, then it generates an answer from them and displays prominent links to support the answer. In other words, Google's AI features still rely on Google's normal search index to find relevant pages, then synthesize an answer and cite those pages. Importantly, Google confirms that traditional SEO best practices still apply. Its official guidance explains, SEO best practices continue to be relevant because our generative AI features rely on our core search ranking systems. In practice, this means your page must first be indexed by Google and meet quality standards, no errors, accessible to crawlers, etc. Google also warns there is no magic file or trick for AI search. You don't need special markup like LLMs.txt. And in fact, the AI ignores any made-up file. Just ensure your pages follow normal indexing rules, no robots text blocks on useful pages, and real text in HTML. How Google chooses which sources to show is still being studied. SEO experts note that Google's AI seems to prefer pages with clear answers, structured content, and trusted authorship. For example, one analysis found that pages with FAQ or how-to schema are cited much more often. Another found that 48% of LLM, large language model citations, come from the first 30% of a page's content, and having an FAQ section made content over 3 times more likely to appear. This suggests, lead with a direct answer, use question format headings, and mark up FAQs. In short, Google's AI overviews will cite pages that are both in the index and written conceived in a way the AI can easily quote. Microsoft Bing and Copilot. Microsoft has embedded AI, often called Copilot, into Bing Search, Windows, Edge, and Office apps. When Copilot answers a user question, it too cites sources. How does it choose them? Experts report that Copilot also uses a RAG-like pipeline anchored on the Bing search index. First, Copilot queries Bing to get candidate pages, then reads the retrieved content, extracts the relevant passages, and cross-checks facts across sites. It then writes the answer citing exactly the sources it reused. In practice, this means findable. Your page must be in the Bing index. If Bing has never crawled or indexed your page, it won't be in Copilot's candidate list. Extractable. The AI doesn't use whole pages. It lifts short passages, a paragraph or so, that directly answer the question. Pages with clear, standalone answer paragraphs are much more likely to be quoted. Credible. Copilot prefers up-to-date, authoritative sources. It looks for named authors, reputable sites, and content that cites its own references. For example, saying, according to a recent study, X is less effective than clearly sourcing the study, as presented at the 2024 SIGKDD conference. Microsoft even provides tools to optimize for Copilot. Bing Webmaster Tools includes an AI performance report. This shows how often each URL on your site is cited in Bing's AI answers, and lists the grounding queries, key phrases for which your content was used. Bing also supports Index Now, a protocol to instantly notify the engine of new or updated pages, which helps get fresh content into Copilot's index more quickly. This is important because Copilot tends to favor recent content, similar to Google's Fresh Answers rule. In summary, Copilot looks at your site through the Bing index. If you ensure your content is crawled via Bing Webmasters and answer-focused, you can be cited in Copilot responses. Perplexity AI is an AI-powered search engine built from the ground up to always show sources. Every query on Perplexity triggers a live web search using its own crawler, Perplexity Bot. The answer that Perplexity shows includes 5 to 6 numbered source cards, all clickable. Because it retrieves content in real time, freshness is especially important for Perplexity. The site explicitly says that pages with visible publication or update dates perform better. Perplexity's algorithm favors pages that contain clear, quote-worthy answers. For instance, if your text has a direct sentence that clearly answers a likely question, Perplexity will likely use it verbatim. It even displays the snippet it quotes. Therefore, writing concise, factual statements helps. The tool's documentation advises using question format headings and an FAQ schema, since that structure makes content easy to lift. It also suggests putting a short summary at the top of every page, 1 or 2 sentence summary, to give Perplexity an easy answer to start from. Domain authority still matters with Perplexity. Like Google and Bing, Perplexity tends to trust established sites more. An unknown small site will need very clear answers to overcome a lack of brand recognition. Importantly, every Perplexity answer must cite sources by design. Their Help Center states, every answer includes citations linking to the original sources. If your content is not easily linkable, for example, behind a login or paywall, or blocked by robots.txt, it can't be cited. In practice, making content crawlable and easy to quote is the key to landing in Perplexity's sources. Page features that correlate with AI citations. Which on-page features make it more likely an AI will cite you? Studies and industry guides suggest a clear list. Lead with the answer. Put the main point up front. One analysis found about 44% of AI citations come from the first 30% of a page. In other words, start each paragraph or section with the conclusion or answer. Brad Bartlett's AEO guide advises leading with a direct answer in every section. This way, the AI can grab it without extra reading. Question format headings. Use clear question-like headings, H2, H3 tags. This signals to the AI that the text below answers that question. Content with well-structured headings was shown to get significantly more citations. For example, if a query is how do I tie a tie, having a heading how to tie a tie, followed by a concise answer is helpful. Answer-friendly sections. Keep sections short, roughly 75 to 150 words each, and focused on one claim, so each is self-contained. Avoid long narrative walls. Instead, put one clear fact per paragraph. The AI retrieval process breaks pages into chunks, and it will skip any chunk that is not a standalone answer. Structured data. Schema. Add relevant schema markup. FAQ page and QA page schema are especially helpful. One analysis found that having FAQ schema could make your content 3.2 times more likely to be cited in Google's AI answers. More generally, the Magna study ranked question form content structure and FAQ schema among key citation factors. Also include schema for your organization or article with author and date, as this gives extra clues to the AI. Bullet lists and tables. Present important facts as lists or tables. People and AI can skim tables easily. The Magna analysis noted that pages with clear comparison tables and well-organized data got cited more often. So if your answer involves steps, comparisons, or data, try to format it as a table or list. Facts and statistics. Use concrete data in your content. Given that AI engines often quote exact sentences, writing factual statements or numbers increases the chance a piece of your text will be lifted. For example, writing, according to CDC, 100,000 cases were reported in 2023 is a snippet an AI might cite. Including authoritative references in your text, which Google and Copilot look for, can help passage relevance. Author and ERT signals. Show expert authorship. Content with a named expert author with credentials is cited more than anonymous content. Show your author's bio, credentials, and link out to credible sources. Google's EEAT concept, expertise, authoritativeness, trust, still applies. A trustworthy author can make your page stand out. Bing's Copilot specifically looks for recent, authoritative sources with identified authors. Freshness. Keep content up to date. AI answers for current issues prize recent data. Perplexity explicitly favors pages with fresh dates, and for newsy queries this matters a lot. Even Google's AI tends to use the latest info. Include date published and date modified in your HTML schema, and display the date on the page. Mobile-friendly and fast, technical health. Basic technical quality still matters. AI bots use the same crawling tech as search bots. Ensure your site loads fast and is usable on mobile. Content that fails to load or is not responsive might be ignored. Accessibility and crawlability. Make sure AI can access your content. If you block crawlers with robots.txt or hide content behind logins or complex scripts, it won't be used. Google's guidelines emphasize that only publicly crawlable pages are used in its AI features. Follow normal SEO technical best practices. Putting it together, your content should be written in a way that AI systems can easily scan and quote. Lead with answers, structure your page like a Q&A guide, use schema, and cite reputable information. These steps align well with both Google's and Bing's recommendations for helpful content. Designing experiments and KPIs. To know what actually works, set up controlled tests with your content and queries. Here's a replicable framework and key metrics. Pick queries and create page variations. Choose a set of test queries relevant to your content. For example, how to fix topic or product comparison questions. For each query, create different versions of content pages that vary only in one feature. For instance, page A has FAQ schema and a clear answer at top. Page B is similar but without schema or summary. Deploy and index. Publish these pages under your site. Use tools like Bing Webmaster's URL submission or use Index Now to prompt click indexing. Also ensure Google can crawl them. If using Google Search Console, request inspection and indexing. Query the AI engines. After indexing, pose the test queries to each AI search platform in a controlled way. For Bing Copilot, use the chat interface or Bing Search with AI mode. For Google, you may need to join Search Labs or simulate queries where AI overviews appear. For Perplexity, use its search interface or the Perplexity API for your queries. Record whether and how your pages are cited. Measure citations. Citation rate. Count how often your page is cited in the AI answers for those queries, e.g., 3 out of 10 tests. This is your citation rate. Link prominence. If cited, note the position among the listed sources. Being the first source card or the last, formats may vary, may yield more clicks. You could average the positions where your page appears. Referral uplift. Use analytics to measure traffic changes. For Bing, the AI performance report in Webmaster Tools shows how many times each page was cited in AI answers. For Google, the new generative AI report in Search Console shows AI answer impressions per page, though it currently shows impressions, not clicks or traffic. You can also tag links. If your linked content is known, see if visits from Bing or related search queries increase after being cited. Compare page views or search referrals before versus after optimization. Note that some studies found AI overviews can reduce click-throughs to websites by up to nearly 15% on certain pages, so you may also measure if citations at least help mitigate lost traffic. Repeat across queries and time. AI answers can vary. Run the tests multiple times or over weeks. Document in a spreadsheet which queries yielded your site as a source. The trend over time shows improvement. KPIs. Track these on whatever schedule makes sense. Key performance indicators can include monthly citation rate, average citation position, and change in organic traffic, especially from Bing or direct queries attributed to those pages. The Bing AI report has total citations per page. Google's Search Console AI report rolling out will show AI answer impressions per URL. Use A/B tests. Change one feature on some pages and compare it to a control group of similar pages. By testing different page templates and measuring these metrics, you can learn which elements truly boost AI citations in your niche. For example, you might find that adding FAQ schema to a set of instructional pages increases their citation rate by 50%. Use these findings to refine your answer engine content strategy. Recommended page templates for AI answers based on the above. Good page templates include Q&A or FAQ articles. Start with a summary or direct answer in the first paragraph. Use question-styled headings, e.g., what is X, followed by a concise answer. This matches exactly how AI looks for answers. Listicles with answers. If the content is top 5 things about X or a step-by-step guide, begin with a brief TLDR, and then use numbered, bulleted lists. Ensure each list item or step has a clear heading question and a factual statement. Comparison tables. For which is better, A or B queries, use a comparison table with facts. Above the table include a quick conclusion sentence, e.g., we recommend B because. Tables help the AI see data at a glance. Review or report pages. When publishing research, begin with key findings, perhaps as bullet points, then detail the methodology and results. Mark up authorship and cite your own sources clearly. AI favors original data, so highlight unique research. Each template should include a byline, author name, credentials, and publish date near the top. Proper structured data tags, article, FAQ page, how-to, etc. A short summary sentence or two at the very beginning, the TLDR. Clear headings and short sections, each 100 words. Bullets or tables for key facts. A source list at the end if relevant. AI answers often have their own sources list anyway, so linking out to your references can show the information is well-sourced. Example simplified. Such pages with FAQ schema applied if appropriate are built to be extractable. The AI can pull use a pod at least 12 inches as a standalone answer because it doesn't rely on earlier context. This kind of structure follows the AEO advice from experts. Ethical and licensing considerations. When aiming to be cited by AI, remember that these systems have ethical and copyright rules. Use transparent licensing. If possible, publish your content under a clear open license, like Creative Commons, or at least avoid unclear restrictions. AI systems rely on publicly shareable content. Google specifically ignores special AI-only license files, but showing that your content is meant to be shared, for instance, using an open license tag, can encourage reuse by responsible platforms. Avoid copyrighted text without permission. Provide clear authorship and attribution. Ethical AI use values proper attribution. If your content quotes others, studies, quotes, stats, cite them clearly. This is good for both humans and machines. Copilot's guideline that content should cite named sources reinforces this. This means not stuffing claims without references. Instead, link out or name your sources for facts you present. Accessible content, no paywalls. AI answer engines will not use content behind logins or paywalls. Keep answers on pages that everyone and crawlers can see. Google's advice was that only public indexable pages are used in its AI features. Putting your key info behind a newsletter wall or login means it won't be cited. Respect robots' text and no index. Ensure you haven't inadvertently blocked AI bots. If your robot's text or page meta tags block crawling, fix them. Google Search Central reminds that if content isn't crawlable, it can't appear in AI answers. Originality and honesty. Provide original, well-researched information. AI models want credible, non-plagiarized sources. A study by Magna found that publishing original data or unique research correlates with more AI citations. Ethically, avoid spinning or fabricating content. Aim for accuracy so that when an AI cites you, it's giving valid information. Fair use of AI tools. If you use AI tools yourself to help write content, follow Google's guidelines for helpful content. AI-generated text should be reviewed and edited so it's accurate and high quality. This ensures that the final page will meet the standards both users and AI systems expect. Following these ethical practices not only keeps you in compliance with copyrights, it also tends to improve your credibility in the eyes of AI. Crosby, one expert, put it well. Being cited by an AI is like a friend recommending you by name. To deserve that recommendation, your content must be reliable, authoritative, and legally usable by anyone who wants to cite it. Conclusion search is rapidly becoming an answer engine. Google's AI overviews, Bing's Copilot, and services like Perplexity are reshaping how people find information. In this new landscape, the sites that provide clear expert answers can still get traffic and recognition. But the tactics change. By structuring content as answer-ready chunks, using proper schema, and emphasizing trust signals such as author credibility and freshness, you can earn more citations in AI-generated answers. Measure your success with new metrics, tracking AI citation rate, link prominence, and traffic uplift from these sources, via Google's and Bing's reporting tools, is the next frontier in analytics. It's no longer enough to rank one in a list. The goal is to be the answer. As one SEO strategist noted, even if an AI answer means users click less, being mentioned by name is the most valuable spot. It's like a trusted friend vouching for you right at decision time. To succeed, craft pages that AI engines can understand easily, test and measure what works, and ensure your content is high quality and shareable. By following this new playbook, your site stays in the game, even as search itself evolves. All links to sources are available in the text version of this article. You can find the full article at autopod.co.